Happy Podcast Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. Thomas and everybody in chat. Welcome. Welcome. How are you doing? Welcome to the Not Relevant Podcast. How are you
As
doing,
always,
Thomas?
fantastic. As always, we 2 minutes late equals on time for our show. We've done it. I love it. Here we
We
are.
actually stalled just for that purpose. We can't start on time. No one would be ready.
We did it. We were ready. But little feedback. Candy in chat says you sound low. I don't know if that's to me or you, but you sound a little low on my end. I know that happens when that intro music is rolling. Once it cuts, it clears up. But
maybe that'll help out a little bit.
there
And
it
I'm
is.
just
There.
quiet, so that might be it as well. I'm saving my voice. I've practically burned my mouth off. At your recommendation.
I was wondering if you were going to present it with my idea or not in regards to.
I seem to remember a message from you specifically encouraging me to buy Ghost Pepper brand beef jerky from Buc-ee's.
Yes.
Which I did. I went down, and because you said it was so good, I thought why go small? Why not buy a lifetime supply? Because I hardly ever get down there. So I did. I bought a lifetime supply of Ghost Pepper beef jerky. It consists of 2 bags. I mean, I'll ever finish the first one. It's so stinking hot. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I have not added the flavor packet to the jerky yet.
It needs more ghost pepper. Is what it needs.
More ghost pepper. What is this little blue bag? Well, that's a freshness thing. Never mind. You don't need that.
The little silly things. We were talking earlier. Scott informed me he had never had anything ghost pepper, and I said, "Oh, so that's why it's a little warm." And he said, "Warm? It's hot. It's hot."
I have blisters on my tongue. I don't know how else to describe this. It is so hot, and look at this. I'm the only one who's eaten it. This is the new bag, and this is the bag I've been eating from. You can see I've put in effort, right?
You have.
I just have a little bit left.
It's good, isn't it?
No, it's not. I just keep thinking I really like jerky, and maybe I'm accustomed now. Now that I've felt the heat a couple times, I felt the burn. I've let it cool down. I lived, didn't collapse a lung. Came close. I cried a little bit, honestly, and every time I try it, it's like, wow, that's hotter than I remember. Every single time. But I might eat it tonight. Show you the reaction.
We get a live shot. I tell you what, my neighbors
out of milk.
You need more milk. My neighbors, because I love hot stuff, are trying to get me to do that 1 chip challenge on the podcast. They keep saying, "Do it, do it, do it." I love hot stuff. Like the ghost pepper jerky, no problem.
Can eat it all day. Insurance that covers that. So
no,
please don't get hurt.
I don't want to leave you hanging halfway through the show when I have to vacate because I'm not doing too well. But
it would make a good short, though.
It would make a good short and a bad pair of shorts, I'm sure.
Yeah, I do like jerky, and this is so close. I mean, I think now that I'm ready for it, I would do the habanero version of this. If there was a habanero, which is still a hot pepper, very hot pepper. It's probably one of the hotter peppers that most people ever, venture into. A lot of people never get past the habanero. Ghost pepper's too hot for me.
What if you take a piece and rinse it off a little bit and then eat it? See if you get the flavor profile you're looking for, a little less spice.
See, I sort of did that, but I did it in my mouth. I'm like, what if I suck on it for a while? I ended up getting, like a whole bunch of, jerky juice. I'm like, well, what do you do? You swallow it. No, that scalds your throat all the way down. It's just like, it's so bad. So there's no good way to eat this.
There's a great way. You just eat it. That's awesome. It's the best.
I don't have enough milk to finish this off tonight.
So you're not trying it on stream, is what you're saying?
I might try one a little bit towards the end of the stream because the blisters are getting really painful all the time.
Well, it's funny. That one is so torturous and you don't love it. I don't really enjoy sweet stuff. But I forgot a couple of podcasts ago, I picked this up to try. I can't see if I'm, yeah. And that was one of the shows I had to reschedule. So I never got to try it. So it's unopened, ready to go. And I will say Cinnabon for the win when you're traveling in the airports and whatnot. I like a good cinnamon roll. I know Mrs. RA makes a mean cinnamon roll. So we'll see how close the goldfish got to a cinnamon roll at some point tonight.
Is that a limited edition, or is that something I should be able to find at my local store?
I found it at our local Walmart. It's just I go through the chip, cracker, cookie aisle every time I'm getting normal groceries to see if there's just something for the podcast. And I hadn't heard these been spoken about, so I snagged them. They could be out for the last 5 years for all I know, but I've never heard of them or seen them. So I grabbed them and said, I'll give them a shot.
While I was in on my trip, stopped at a store. I think it was in Tennessee or something, and went down looking for the Old Bay goldfish crackers.
The ones
and
you
there
love.
was a label, an empty section on the shelf where they were, but they were gone.
They're a big hit.
Yeah. So I was a little sad about that.
I saw we had a center cap, like a pallet in our Walmart that had the boxes of the Old Bay goldfish. And I immediately thought about you and thought, oh, I should get him some. Well, no, he's got some. He can get more. But it turns out you're out. So
I could get a pallet. I could go for a pallet of those.
Well, I wasn't going to get the pallet, but that's the way it happened.
Is there a hockey game? Are you missing a hockey game?
Is there ever a hockey game? The Dallas Stars currently facing elimination tonight. If they win, they can extend the series and keep it going. If they lose, they have tee times set up for the weekend and their season's over. So I politely ask everyone in chat, if you happen to be watching, which most people aren't hockey fans, but if you happen to be one, please don't put the score in chat for me, because I won't rewatch from the start. But I will go downstairs. I will turn on the game with one eye open, hoping the score is in favor of Dallas, and finish it out after the show. I just had to text my dad, say, starting on the podcast, I'll catch up. Thanks. So he knows he's watching it too.
So we should probably make it a short version so you can get to the game as soon as possible. We don't have to go the full hour. We can go a little quicker.
I'm a big fan. I hope they do it, but my hopes are on the lower end. So it's even if they win tonight, I feel like it's prolonging the inevitable, just because Edmonton is they're a very strong team playing very well, and we're not. So at least I can laugh and have fun here on the show, and then it just prolongs the misery that's coming. But we'll see.
Fingers crossed that this is a one-off and it's a great performance. The game with the whole season happens tonight.
That would be awesome.
Walk away with that. Nurse for God gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Nurse for God. Appreciate it. And Ricky C, member for 22 months. One of our original goats. How y'all been kind of missing in action lately? Broke my ankle. Had my second surgery yesterday. Doctor said it went well. They always do that because they get paid. Can't wait to be able to walk again soon. Miss y'all. I do hope. Ankle scares me. The ankle scares me. That when I hear somebody breaks their ankle, in my head I hear a sound, and it's not a pretty one.
Yeah, gosh.
Maybe it's because I watched too many basketball games sitting on the on the sidelines right under the basket and seen so many injuries there.
Terrible.
It's just, Ricky, get better quick. Yeah.
I had my best friend. He had his ankle redone and all the hardware and everything. And while that hardware was in there, and he was kind of halfway in the middle of his rehab, he had to drive to Dallas, 2 hours south of us, to pick me up from a flight, because I was back home in California, and he was going to pick me up to bring me home. And 4 minutes from his house here in town into a 2-hour drive, he got T-boned by a lady that ran a stop sign, and it shattered all the hardware in his ankle.
The brand new one.
Brand new, shattered everything, blew it to bits. He drove the 2 hours down, still picked me up. We stopped at Waffle House because we don't have one here in this town. It was late flight. We ate, and then we continued the drive home.
Waffle House doesn't have a drive-through. He got out and went into Waffle House.
Yeah, and we ate and loved every bit of it, because it was a nearly red-eye flight, and we enjoy it for the right times when you can. And
Does he just carry a personal stash of morphine injectors to get you through the day? That is the pain level he must have been enduring is insane.
It was insane. The silver lining to that story is his wife had a red 2-door Mazda. What was not RSX, like R8 or whatever, that rotary engine that they made?
Oh yeah,
I forget what
RX-7 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool engine, unless you don't have to work on it. Then it's not as much fun.
And it's not so cool. But she loved that car. Anyways, he at one point in time, I don't know why or what he decided. I think it was financial reason or something. He decided to trade that in, and he got a white Camry. Well,
Okay.
she said her whole life, the one car I never want is a white four-door sedan ever of anything. I like, and this was a little Mazda RX-7 red two-door sports. I mean, everything she wanted. He did it without like discussing anything with her.
It's a downgrade. I mean, Camry's a
So
nice car. I'm not knocking a Toyota Camry. It's a beautiful car. It's great, but
very
it's not a
comfortable,
Mazda
travels
RX-7.
great, but it's not a Mazda RX-7. So when he got T-boned in that thing, and after 2 days of the sympathy over his ankle, she said, "Good."
Good riddance.
Because that car was now toast. So she was happy as could be that that car got smoked in a
We'll take the settlement check. We don't want the replacement. Thank you and goodbye.
Correct. That's exactly the case. But oh yeah, speaking of travels, this isn't a story we have, but it ties into hockey and accidents and everything. I saw a report today that actually the Edmonton Oilers are playing the Dallas Stars right now in the playoffs. There was a report, and a guy was live at Dallas Love Field Airport today, that the Oilers jet they came in on, when making a turn at one point in time, stuck the edge of their wing into another jet. So the team was a little delayed getting off their jet and getting over to their hotel to get their day started. And then ground ops and flight crew and everyone had to stick around so there could be FAA reports and all that good stuff. But
There
that
is so
happened
much paperwork for a fender bender at an airport.
very much. There's not a police report, and then everyone goes home. It's like a murder scene for a week type scenarios, what they look into and dive into that type stuff. So that happened today. Have no idea who did what and how it occurred, but apparently it did. So that's
Wow.
that's an oopsie.
Yeah. I mean, it's a wide load. Okay. A plane is, you're covering a lot of space, and most of it the pilot can't see. You just got to know where you're at. Yeah.
Right.
The spatial awareness required for a pilot's pretty high, but
You follow your markings and
you've got to, somebody was at fault. Okay. It could have been a ground crew, could have been a pilot, but oops.
oopsie.
Those are
It's
so
an
expensive.
expensive
It's
oopsie.
not just a paint job. Okay. I mean, there's so much that has to go. That plane is not going to fly anytime soon.
No, and it's not like paintless dent repair when there's a hailstorm or something, they go in and knock it out. I mean, it's a big old, now it's like a full check over the entire airplane, no matter what did what. But speaking of planes again, too, my brother, he's a pilot. He flies private jets, and he actually was not far from my neck of the woods this week, Tuesday.
Yeah.
He sent me a text, "Hey, I'm going to be, not too far from you, close enough compared to the, 24-hour drive away where now we're an hour and a half drive away. And I can get a tea time at such and such if you want to drive down."
Right.
Turned out I couldn't because I had some things going on and we were traveling ourselves already. But he texts me, and this is kind of some of the hardships you might have when you think, a lot of people go, "Oh, he flies jets for people. That's really cool." It is, but he was on hole 7, and he got a text from the group of ladies he had flown out. They forgot something on their seat in the jet, so he had to leave the golf course on hole 7, go back to his rental car, drive back to the airport, open the jet, get it out, drive it back to the hotel to deliver it to them. And by then the golf course is full and people are moving on, and he can't get back out there and play. He's done.
Game.
Yeah. So he had to just go kick his feet up in the hotel and twirl his fingers for.
They don't have like a remote. I'll just unlock it from here on my phone. You can go ahead. The door's open. Hop on in.
I told him, I said, "It's time for the spare key under the mat."
It's going to be a great invention. That's pretty cool. We do it with Airbnb, right? Why not with the private plane? I got a text from someone out of Midland, Texas just now saying the clouds are doing this weird spinny thing. Are you seeing anything? I know there's some crazy weather down there. I know some weather watchers are out and about in Texas. Is there some dangerous weather in the works right now?
There is down at Big Spring and Abilene and whatnot. There's Texas is under the gun again today and tomorrow, I think, for the next few days, if I don't recall. It's been a while. We've had nonstop. I know we're supposed to get some severe, not well on the light side of severe, so I don't really consider that severe. But after midnight, but yeah, Texas, it's been hitting hard here, and it's all been late night stuff. Our gutters on the backside of our house are toast. They're done. They need fully replaced. There's been hail damage to cars, our neighbors. We got lucky. We escaped out of that. Our truck sits out in the driveway. Our cars are in the garage, but it got a couple dings. But it's a ranch truck, so you can't really notice it. So we
actually improves the look of the ranch truck.
They use it.
It's authentic.
Oh yeah.
It's like, this is a work truck. See, we got a ding.
Because I wash it all the time because I like it to be nice and clean. So we look like posers, I'm sure. But now a couple dings here and there looks like they might use it, or they can't drive. They ran into something. Who knows? But
that's cool. More bad weather.
Weather's been awesome. It's fun. Yeah. It's exciting. So
it's all perspective. Yes, it's awesome. Getting your storm shelter. So that's how it goes. I sent you a story I want to jump to real quick. I don't know how to transition to it. Speaking of bad weather and it's dark outside, you can't see anything. Technology has taken a major leap. And I mean, I remember as a kid watching the Jetsons on TV, and you got the little flying cars and vacuums that run themselves and robots in the house and everything. I'm like, we'll never get there, right? This is just pie in the sky stuff. Now it's normal, and you can buy one on Amazon, right? And deliver it to your house a day later. New development lets you see in the dark, and everyone's like, yeah, I know they've had night vision for a long time. This is different.
The goggles, right?
Yeah, it's not goggles. It's a contact you put in your eye. There is no battery. Okay, it's a nanotechnology, and it converts invisible infrared light into barely visible light. So in the dark, you can see, and get this, it works better when you close your eyes. So you put the contact in,
so you don't close your
eyes, so you don't have any other feedback
the ambient
from the visible light. And you can now see, you can literally see in the dark with your eyes closed now with new contacts. I'm like, who would have thought that you could do this?
Does it work for people like my wife and my daughter that forget to put their contacts in every single day?
No, they're going to be blind. It won't be a thing.
That's crazy. I kind of want to try it.
The reason it works through your eyelids is because the infrared light will pass through that thin skin. It goes right through the wavelength. It passes through easily. And so they're saying that this could have application for spies, for seeing or receiving messages. It does require, it doesn't require a battery, but it does require the use of a remote control. And so watch this really quickly. I have a remote control for my TV, and when I point it at the camera and I push the button,
a little RF signal comes through.
That one's not working. Try this one. Let's see.
Got to get it right at the lens.
Let me try this camera. This one. I don't know which one will show it. I think it's too bright in here.
Yeah.
I've got too much light in here. I wish I could have.
And those cameras have pretty good filters on them.
Yeah. But a lot of times if you use your phone and film a remote control with your phone, you'll be able to see that the little bulb on the end lights up and it sends a little coded message to the receiver. It basically allows your eyes to see that coded message. So it needs to be an infrared light, pulses of infrared light that can be detected. But this technology is obviously brand new. I'm sure in the battlefield, this will have, everything's invented first for war, right?
Yeah,
that's what we do. We invent ways to kill people, and then we figure out ways to use it for usefully. But just crazy what's coming out.
Like you said, think about it being used for spies. Think of like an air marshal on a plane who appears like he's sleeping, but he's watching what's going on around him through these contacts. Cool stuff, kind of. I think that's neat.
Yeah, I can tell my wife, no, I'm listening and I'm following along. I'm not sleeping over here. I can see everything that's going on.
I'm not even resting my eyes. I'm just putting on a filter so I can see better.
It helps me see better. But the technology is out of China, so I'm sure the U.S. probably has their own version. If not, they will be making one soon. But that just barely hit the news wire, and I'm like, wow,
I don't know why, but
they've got to be expensive.
they have to be crazy expensive. Supervision is what it's deemed. I don't know why, but it reminds me of a technology that my brother had actually sent me, and this is something you can get right now. $50,000, a
It's a kit.
single manned copter, no license needed. You can fly it to a certain elevation in certain range. It actually flies real quick. He sent it to me saying, "Hey, you should get this so you can fly your ranch."
Just a quick little hop.
Just a
You'll need a helipad on the garage.
it's called the FX Mosquito single seater. See, there's the shot of the seat. Just you sitting there. But does it's so neat. But anything, car, motorcycle, plane, helicopter, doesn't require a license. Someone is going to hurt themselves severely climbing in one of those and taking flight. I mean, come on. It has to require some sort of training to get on there and get going. I mean,
It's got to be in the ultralight
silly.
category where it classifies as like a paraglider or something like that.
And how many of those go?
We know, like the King of Random on YouTube died powered paraglider incident. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Things happen. But I don't know. I'm scared of heights. So if there's a ground version, like a version that never leaves the ground,
it's called a four-wheeler.
Just hovers like an inch or two off the ground. A hovercraft, I can do that. But if I fall and can bruise my arm, it's too high for me. So I'm staying down on the ground.
Fair. A manned drone for people with life insurance policies for large. That's right.
When my insurance will let me fly. I don't know. Would you guys fly an ultralight helicopter? Would you? I mean, Thomas, if you had one, would you like? I'd give it a try.
I would do this one. I wouldn't do an ultralight. I don't like those. But I would try this one. I would. Absolutely. If the company or however it works gave me a 2-hour crash course, aviation's probably not ideal. A course on how to fly it effectively and
just watch one on YouTube. You should be good.
Yeah. I would 100% would go fly it for sure. I don't think, just like a drone, when we got our drone, I did some test flights around the neighborhood, kept it low, kept it in safer areas and whatnot. I would do the same in that until I got comfortable, and then I would go. But I need to look at how new it is. Maybe it's been out for a little bit, and see what the crash rating and mechanical failure issue stuff is with that also before I do it. But I would love it to get 300 feet above our ranch and just go check fence lines and see what livestock is and do something like that. But oh my gosh, how amazing the views.
My concern is a little bit technical. I realize helicopters are relatively safe, and even if you have a power outage incident, they can still be landed safely because they have something called auto rotation. The problem is on a smaller plane, you don't have enough inertia built up in that prop to sustain. I mean, you've got to if the engine dies, you've got to switch the collective to no resistance just immediately within seconds, or else, and have a landing spot right underneath you. Even the R22, R24, the Robinsons, the bubble versions of those that are commercial, even those have trouble doing auto rotation. So I need a big one, maybe like who is it? Heavy D Sparks. You know, the guys that do those trucks. What does he have? He's got like a Black
Apache and a Black Hawk. And a Black Hawk. He's got two now.
A commuter Apache. So,
yeah. He's the one that flew his Black Hawk to the Carolinas during that flooding issue. Well, he's one of many, but he took part in that and did some rescue missions and whatnot. Super cool. I mean, that stuff's awesome.
He also
Right.
flew down to Lake Powell and built a huge barge where he landed his Blackhawk on it and partied on that for the weekend and then flew back.
Hey, why not?
Some wild stuff.
If you can, you can.
Yeah.
But that's honestly, my chances are probably safer on that one-man little makeshift copter than it is me riding my street bikes, because there's no other. I'm not gonna. Odds are of me hitting another aircraft are much less than another vehicle hitting me on my motorcycle. So, which is crazy. When we talk about no license or no training and just getting something, the motorcycle license class was a joke and a half, because I watched. My class had 8 people. And in the way Texas works now, you have to take a 2.5-day course. The first half day is all written stuff, and then you have to pass a test. If you pass it, you're allowed to now show up for day 2 and 3 of the writing stuff. For 2 3/4 days, they teach you how to operate and ride a motorcycle. Ride, I put in parentheses. You're not riding it very much or effectively or efficiently, and it's in a big empty parking lot with spray painted lines and a course. And then the last quarter of the day, you take your riding test to then either get your license or fail. It's the only way you can do it now in Texas. And I watched 3 or 4 people in my class that have never been on a motorcycle before, which is completely fine. I get it. Ride so terribly and so scary, and watch them stall all weekend and this and that and not and everything. And they ended up passing their riding test to get their license.
So now they're safe. They're on the road with no skills.
And I'm looking, I'm going, please practice for a year in empty parking lots before you go get your license and get on the road. I mean, I'm glad they make it to where you have to take a course. You can't just get on the road and have a state trooper follow you like they kind of used to, because that was dangerous in its own, because they had beginners just do that and actually crash on their tests.
A trial police chase. And if you get away, you get your license. Is that?
That
would work to me. I mean, that demonstrates skill. You have to know how to use the bike, high speed, low speed, maneuverability, everything.
Capped at the speed limit, though, so the content's not good for anyone watching. But
if they catch you, you're banned from riding a motorcycle for 5 years.
But
it's mistakes.
But it's useless. I mean, that should be. I feel like they should redo that to be, here's your permit now. You're allowed to get on a motorcycle leave your residence and stay within a 2-mile bubble to go practice at the empty parking lot or some. I don't know. I don't know the answer, and I haven't thought about it long enough. But I saw that one. Oh my gosh! I hope they stay home and practice and don't get on the road, because they're gonna get hurt. So
when I was over in England, people who wanted to drive a car had to get a license, and there was a learner stage where you could get a learner's permit, and you had to have this big white placard in your window with a red letter L, like loser, like that. You had to have that in your window, and you were restricted as far as this. I think the speed. I think you couldn't go on certain freeways. You couldn't drive at night. Some other restrictions, but you had to have like so many hours of practice before you could then get your test. And I know some of the states are doing that with driver's licenses, requiring hours of practice. I don't know how you could have hours of motorcycle practice with, I mean, normally you'd have your parent in the passenger seat. I mean, I wouldn't want to be on the back seat, with somebody who's learning how to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah.
You just have to learn.
Yeah. And in Europe, they have classifications of the certain power of a motorcycle. Your first one, it can only be so strong, so fast, so et cetera. And then you continue to graduate with years of experience and whatnot. So I think that's a great thing here, because you take one of these little courses, and if you're decent enough, you get a 16-year-old kid that can hop on, 1,000-liter sport bike, and off he goes. And it's one of the most dangerous machines on the road. I mean, I have 2 of them, and I haven't been on them for 3 months because I just haven't felt like riding is a thing to do at the moment. We've had some bad wrecks motorcycle wise here. 3 fatalities in the last 2 months, motorcyclists. And so every time I read them, I say, I'm not getting on my bike for a couple weeks, staying away from it and just around it. But yeah, it needs to be changed, and it needs to be much more strict. And I mean, it's dang near like someone just being able to climb an F-16 fighter jet, just take off and have fun, see if you figure it out. I mean, what do you know?
You passed the book test. Go ahead and give it a spin. See how you like it.
crank the throttle.
Yeah, it's when I passed, I don't know where this. None of this is on our agenda, but when I passed the my motorcycle permit, my license, I got mine because two things. First of all, I've always wanted a motorcycle endorsement on my license, and I maintain it today. But the state I was in was about to change the licensing structure where you would be limited to the size of engine or smaller that you took your test on. So the problem is, I mean, people would show up with a Honda Trail 90, which is basically a bike, a bike with a little engine in it that's so light that you can maneuver it and it can turn on a dime, and it's super easy to ride and stops quickly and everything else. They'd show up on that, and then they'd get their license, and then they'd be like, "All right, let's get the Harley. I'll get the 1100, get that 1100 BMW," and it's a different animal altogether. So I got my license right before they switched, so I'm grandfathered in. I can ride any size of bike.
Awesome.
So I'm not safe on the big ones because I've never learned how, but I can ride them legally. But
perfect.
Anyway,
the future says it great. Some pretty awful stuff. Very sad. Understanding the appeal of motorcycles, just encourage anyone to ride extremely safe and wear all your gear. I cannot advocate for that more. It's wear all your gear. That and what they say is ride your ride. I, for one, avoid all group rides. There's one guy in town I ride with who happens to be my really good friend, who's a retired motorcycle cop because they had some world-class training. They competed in rodeos and won prizes, and the guy can ride a motorcycle and knows what he's doing. So I will ride with him. Other than that, you get in with people you don't know very well. They push your limits. You try to keep up. So ride your own ride and where you're comfortable, no matter what sort of peer pressure, any pressure to be out there. And as Future said, wear your gear. When it's 105 here in North Texas, I've got on my padded pants with my boots, with my gloves, with my padded jacket and my helmet. And you just have to. And if that's uncomfortable and you don't like it, you risk the road rash or just don't ride. Just be safe.
It's crazy.
But
speaking of things that that you won't be doing anytime soon, like riding your motorcycle, there's a story. How are they?
okay, go on.
First impressions.
I'm going to take a couple of handfuls.
Okay. Oh, they're good. That's what it is. They're good. There's a story you put on the rundown of a world record that that you did not have any desire to change. I know we've looked at a couple of these because some of them you're thinking like, I could do that. You know, how much water can you scoop in a minute or whatever with your hands? Sign me up. Okay, where's the risk there? As a matter of fact, I think I could probably do well at that one. But there's one dude who just basically discovered the world of world records, and he caught the bug. And he's got his own very special niche, which I thought the Guinness World Records was sort of steering away from because it's dangerous, right?
Liabilities.
And, when you got people trying to break records and their life is on the line, yeah, lawsuits happen. How many is it, front flips or back flips? I don't remember. He does how many flips he can do in 30 seconds while fully engulfed in flames. Like he's in a stunt suit, lit on fire, and now doing flips. So just throw your guests out there. 30 seconds, backflips. How many do you think a stuntman could do in 30 seconds?
Oh, so let me clarify. It's 30 seconds, the most standing backwards somersaults.
Yeah.
With full body burn in parentheses. You know what's funny? I put the story on here. I didn't even go all the way to see how many he did myself.
Oh, the video is crazy. He's like, this whole world's opened up to me. All the different things I can do now. I got all these Guinness World Records I can go for while on fire is basically what he's doing. Because nobody wants to do that. Red comes in with 24. AWOL says 13. A bunch, I bet. I think the answer was either 6 or 7.
So,
and the reason is when you're fully engulfed in flames, he's obviously his face is not covered. Okay,
right.
So he can breathe. When you're fully engulfed in flames, you have to keep moving so the flames stay behind you because the flames eat up all the oxygen around you, and it can both burn your face and you can suffocate, and all the other problems that come with breathing fire. And so he has to walk around and,
Mhm.
and do a flip and walk around and do a flip and walk around and do a flip. But 7, like 6 or 7 is all he can manage. So this is one that is ripe for the plucking if you can handle the heat.
David
And
Rush,
the
where
flip.
you at?
Yeah, it should be easy. Should be easy. And he's like, I don't even care if somebody breaks it because I'm going to set a whole bunch of new ones in other categories. So
Like moving water with my hands. Come on,
yeah,
do a
which
real
is
one like
which is
this.
actually the exact opposite of this. I mean, you use the water with your hand to put out the guy who's doing the backflip on fire. So maybe they should get together.
That's right. Oh, I love it. The records the people are doing, it's crazy. You know, that's not cheap to do that. You got to have professionals on standby and they're around, and
Gasoline alone is like $6 a gallon. So it's,
the petrol being where he's from.
he in the video, his like the clothing layers he was wearing, he had to wear like a gel suit that had been refrigerated for 24 hours. So he's actually standing there like freezing cold. And then he goes from that to towards the end of the video where his clothes are melting off them because they're cooking and he's getting pretty hot. So he got both extremes there. But yeah, I'm not going to try that one either.
All
so
that for a plaque.
You've had a couple of those handfuls, and are there any left?
This is the best thing I've ever taste tested.
Oh,
they don't scream full on iced fresh cinnamon roll like you might think. You know, some things we taste mimic something pretty well. These miss the mark a little bit as being a perfect cinnamon roll.
right.
But whatever the flavor it is, they are phenomenal. They are, I don't know how to describe it. I don't like sweets very much, but this will not last long here. This is so good. I really I mean, I want to keep going, but I haven't eaten actual dinner yet, so I don't want to make myself full, but it's like my 8th handful.
How big is the bag? What's the size? Is that the 6.6 ounce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I found them on Amazon. They're $2.79. And currently there is a coupon for 29 cents off, which I've clipped. Add this to my cart.
He's getting them.
I'm going to save that quarter.
They're so good.
Roll.
They're amazing.
Oh, they have strawberry shortcake as well. Vanilla cupcake. Okay.
Oh, red. Good call here.
What's that?
I'd imagine they're like the graham cracker Teddy Grahams. Very similar with, you get a little extra sweetness with their attempt at including the icing. I don't taste the icing.
Are they frosted?
No. Here, let me show you. They look like a Teddy Graham. That's why red's pretty much spot on.
Oh, that one's happy. Look at that smile. Now he's not.
But they're so good.
I have added them to my cart. I have not seen those at the local store here. So
those aren't an add cart menu item. Those are a buy now. The quick and easy.
I was thinking I need to find some jerky as well that's not this hot to add to the cart at the same time. I like hot jerky. The thing about hot jerky in my family is no one else will eat it. And that way I get more of it. That's like the win. But I'm in the no one else category right here. So maybe I'll send you this one. You can have this extra bag.
Send me that one, and I'll send you some cinnamon roll a fresh bag, not the bag I've been dipping out of. But awesome. What's funny is you need milk for your jerky, and I would love to not have this Dasani water, but a glass of milk with these graham cracker or goldfish cinnamon rolls right now. It'd be perfect.
Do you think
they're so good?
Do you think I could eat those for like a breakfast cereal?
Oh my gosh.
A bowl of those?
Put these in a little bowl of milk. 100% you could. I'm sure the sugar. Oh, do we want to get into the nutrition facts
and the serving size suggestion? But that's like a single bowl of cereal, just a big bowl in the morning before your pickleball. Yeah, don't read it. It'll just make you feel bad. Enjoy the moment. Just
7 grams of sugar and 35 fish.
How many servings per container?
6.
So 1.1 ounces is 35 fish. So six of those in a bag.
No, 3 servings in.
A single bowl. That's a single bowl of cereal. I'm calling it.
The whole bag is?
Yeah, I would do that. That's a breakfast.
Do you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I do.
So I used to a lot. I don't eat cereal anymore. That was my go-to.
Mhm.
3 times better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch if you were to eat this as a cereal. It's unbelievable. I mean, I bought this going, oh, cool. Haven't seen it, talked about it. I'll eat a couple. Sounds like it might be good.
Yeah,
Absolutely delicious.
you're telling me to just go ahead with the next story. I'm going to keep snacking. So,
I'm just going to move the mic, the headphones.
yeah, it's like
We'll get a bowl. I'll be back.
have some milk. That's awesome. We have something fun today, and we'd like to get some input from y'all because
Oh, I love this one.
I'll let you set it up. I teased it in the description of the show tonight.
Oh, you did? I really need to start checking thumbnails and stuff. Oh, pet peeves. I got it. You put it on there. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. I love this. Back to the show. Sorry. I got cinnamon frosting and fish everywhere. But the pet peeves or as people commonly say, I will die on this hill. And
if you does everyone understand what that phrase means? This is the hill I'm going to die on. It's basically, I will make my stand. I will fight to the death over this one issue, right? So I'm not sure if that's just a U.S. term. I know we've got some people from around the world, but
which is perfect. And this is, I will fight to the death for this opinion. But the petty version of some are petty. Some of them I think are spot on, absolutely spot on. So we've got 20 plus opinions here of pet peeves / I will die on this hill. Seeing where it goes. So I'll just kind of skip down the list, and if anything rings a bell for anyone in chat or for you, Scott, chime in. But
yeah, and chat, if there's one you already know that's on your list, share it in chat so we can add it to the list and get all the pet peeves together.
That would be so good. I'm going to skip number 1, but number 2, it says honorary degrees are not legit degrees and shouldn't be called a degree at all. So someone feels very passionate about that. And, I've always thought about it too. When you hear so-and-so got an honorary degree, so-and-so got an honorary degree. Can't they call it a different name or call it something else? Or is that just a cool thing to have? I have an honorary degree from Harvard.
I put it in the same category as a signed basketball given out at the beginning of the game, right? You've done nothing to deserve that in the basketball game. It's not like you were the MVP, right? You didn't set a new record in scoring or blocks or assists or anything else. This isn't like a career celebration. It's basically you've done cool stuff outside of school. So why not let's just claim you as one of our graduates so that your successes will be our successes.
That's what it's okay. I see that point. But I don't know. I don't have a dog in that fight, so I won't die on that hill. That's not mine. This one to me is
the person who does have a dog in that fight has a degree. It's like I work 100%. Waltz in here, wear the ropes, and wear the hat, and claim the same thing.
Give a speech. And do what you do. This one I've never thought about. It's not a hill I'm willing to die on either, but I get their point. And I don't know their screen name. I can't pronounce it, but it says M&M's is redundant. It's simply a bag of M's. Pretty good point. My Jennifer. Can't argue that. The phrase.
Yeah.
I will die on this hill.
M&M's. I'm wondering if it's like a grammar thing. M and M apostrophe S, right?
It's probably just their trademark brand, right? So that's how people.
What does it stand for? I mean, is it like Mars Candy Company? Who makes M&M's? Is it Hershey? It's not Mr. Beast. I know that yet. He hasn't come out with his own version of those yet.
They're made by Mars Wrigley. The candy brand is owned by Mars Incorporated. So, yeah.
So Mars Wrigley. It should be M&W's then. Mars Wrigley, right?
It is. You just turn the one M upside down, and it's probably how it started. That's how the lady got fired from the M&M factory on her first day. So all she did was she threw them all out because they were all W's.
Mars and someone else. He who shall not be named, but will keep his initial on our candy. Let's see. We've got one here from Adriel Hillis. When people say it's a moot point when they really mean it's a moot point. We hear
there's
that
a lot of those. Taken back versus taken aback, things like that.
Yeah. I couldn't care less, right?
My brother hates.
I couldn't care less.
If you couldn't care less, then that means you care.
Yes.
My brother hates when people say these ones. It's just these. You don't say these ones. That's another redundant point.
Redundancy is a big one for me.
Mm-hmm. This one's right up your alley and what you do. This may be stupid, but there's a difference between prison and jail. They are not interchangeable, people. Someone is passionate about that one.
Okay.
They've got family tied up in the law.
Having toured both, I can see the similarities, right? But generally speaking, as far as my understanding, jails are usually county, prisons are state generally, or federal, and jails are 1 year stay or shorter, and prisons are 1 year or longer. So it's just short-term rental, long-term rental. It's so Airbnb versus motel. I don't know.
Fair. I prefer the Airbnb. This person is they understand things and they're cultured. They are your children, not your kids. Kids are baby goats.
I know there was a song that my family used to sing. I don't know where it came from. It sounded like bears eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too, wouldn't you? Something like that, right? And it's basically that same thing, that a kid is a baby goat, not a child. Not sure where the song comes from. It's stuck in my head for the rest of my life. But I do it. I call them my kids all the time, and quite honestly, they behave like goats sometimes. They leave a mess everywhere. They eat anything they see. They always butt heads with each other. I think
like goats.
Yes. To tell you the truth.
No, that's fair. There's oh shoot, the last pinned comment I had up there reminded me of something, and now I forgot. To tell you the truth. Yeah. The one that I would say that I cannot stand is hey, no offense, but that doesn't warrant you to say something offensive by saying no offense, but. I mean, no offense, but means, hey, I'm about to say something offensive. That's what it means. Do something with, hey, can I share an opinion with you? Or, hey, can I be constructive here? Can I do something? No offense means I'm about to say something a little bit nasty.
The only slightly better version of that is to say the nasty thing and then say present company excluded, meaning I hate all of this profession. That's what I do, except for you. It's like, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so children, not kids, right? Little child.
A little child of mine. Yeah.
Here's one that might cause a little bit of a firestorm. They should ban all vegetarian alternatives to meat products.
Oh, you went with it. I was going to
burgers, chicken, nuggets, sausages should be meat only. Vegetarian dishes should have to make up their own word for whatever food they have. It shouldn't be like veggie burger or veggie nuggets.
Veggie patty.
Yeah. Or what's the other one? The Wonder Beef or something, whatever. I don't know what the other one is. What's Burger King call theirs?
The Impossible or something. Impossible Burger or something like that.
Wonder Meat. Yeah. Get your own names. Meat had it first. That's meat. What it is.
Meat had first. Meat. It's what's for dinner. It's an Arby's commercial. This one, shout out Matthew Harris.
Oh, yes.
Longtime mod of the channel and friend of the channel forever. He's been a busy bee. He and his wife now have their private pilot's license, and they're doing big things with that, helping out people that need help within the legal system. But YouTube channel Cartnarks is one of his favorites ever. He's mentioned it in just about every interview he's been a part of. And this one is not putting your shopping cart back. It's just a-hole behavior. I've had friends attempt to justify it and say, well, I have a baby. Nope, you're still an a-hole. It's even worse if the cart is less than 20 feet away.
Okay.
I'm a big stickler on that one because there's ample return places to put it. And for one, you take a parking space. Yes. The other is the wind and things change. That cart moves, and now it hits another vehicle and chips their paint.
Yeah.
It's just
You spend all the
lazy.
time choosing a cart that will roll smoothly and not fight you and have the wobbly wheel. And now you take it out to the parking lot, and it's basically a free range missile that's just aiming for somebody else's car if you just leave it there. I actually love returning carts. When I was a teenager, I won't say my age, but when I was a teenager for my birthday, I asked that I be taken out to the airport and be left out at the airport so I could just return the luggage carts that are all around the airport, because every time you return it, you get a quarter. I did so many that the airport people who go around, whose job it is to return the carts and not give out the quarters,
I
were like,
remember
"Hey, you need to stop doing that because we're losing money here." I'm like, "Make me." But I love returning carts, and it's grown on me to the point where I actually have a preference when I return carts now. I like to return the battery operated ones, the charged.
Oh,
The,
of course you do, because you're a kid.
and I let my kids. I let my kids do it. It's like when I was a kid, it was like, no, don't get in that. Somebody needs it. I'm like, well, they need it to be charged, and it's
Bring it
almost
back to
dead.
home base.
So we're taking it in to get plugged in. I realize that some have to be left out there for people to to use when they park their car and can't get into the store. There's some of those as well. But if the battery's dead, we need to get it back.
Yes. This actually, I did not do this intentionally, but it reminds me of just last week. We live in an HOA, which is a very mellow, it's a great HOA, but a few of us started our own, the state we live in Facebook page for people to stay in touch, communicate, post helpful things, useful, whatever. Well, an individual posted, there's a Walmart 2 miles from our house, and it's never happened before, but someone drug the cart 2 miles and parked it on the curb at the entrance of our community.
In front of the Walmart.
Bango. So someone said, hey, does anyone know what Walmart's policy is on collecting abandoned carts, or how can we move this? So when people make a post like that, especially on a page you run, you naturally click on their profile and see who's making the post. This was a very abled individual to handle this said situation themselves instead of putting out the thing. So what I did, hopefully making him not feel the best. I don't know if you can tell. This is a picture I took of my rear view mirror.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can tell or not. There's the shopping cart upside down in the bed of our truck.
Okay, now I can see it. Yep, you can see the wheels.
So I picked it up and just said, don't worry, I got it. Enjoy posting on Facebook for the rest of the day or something of that sort, because it's just be proactive. Go figure it out. Just do something. Call a friend with it. The amount of time it took you to sit there and do that, and then check the comments and hit the likes and all this stuff and not do anything about it. You could have handled the situation. So I just dropped my car off, jumped in our truck, went over there, loaded it up, drove it up to Walmart, put it in the little corral, and then posted it on Facebook. And then one of my friends who is on the Facebook page with, she said, not all heroes were being funny or something. And I said, truth be told, I 100% understand why the person took that, because unbeknownst to me, all 4 wheels were working fully functional. So
I'm saving this one. This is the only good cart in this store. I'll bring it back when I need it.
That's why they took that buggy. It was top notch.
It's funny. There were years ago. This is changing now, but years ago there were actually a business model where people would go around and collect carts. They have a contract with the store, and they would collect carts that were taken away off the property, and you basically get a bounty on returned carts, because the carts themselves are worth, I think they cost like $100 and something, $200 each.
Wow.
Nice ones, especially the metal ones. The plastic ones are a little cheaper, but it's one of the loss factors for a store. And so returning the carts was a business model. Nowadays, they've gone high tech as well. There are some carts that have an alarm on them, and if you take them beyond the boundary of the parking lot, it's like well, two things might happen. One of two things: either the cart shocks you like the dog collar, which I think would be the better one, or a little alarm goes off and it's like beep beep beep, please return to the store. Beep beep beep, please return to the store. I think the dog collar would be more effective.
Oh, more fun too.
Just like zap the guy. It's like, and he goes down like a taser, 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 taser. But yeah, you can't steal carts anymore.
No, leave them be. Come on, people. But we've got a few more pet peeves in Hills down here. This one I agree with. I haven't read the whole thing, but I saw the beginning. People who immediately stand when the plane lands or is trying to push past people in front of them to cut the line from the back of the aircraft to the front. Also, do not crowd the baggage terminal. Instead, stand 3 to 5 feet back. This allows everyone to see and grab their bags without people needlessly standing in the way. Both should be common sense and show how inconsiderate humans have become today. I fully agree. When you stand up in the plane when it lands and you barge your way up to the front, wait your turn. A lot of people paid extra money to be up front, to get on at a time and off at a time, not to be stompled in front. And now you're standing up, and now you're in the mojo of the people that are trying to stand up and get out of the way of their neighbors so they can move and get out. And then, yeah, the baggage claim area, chill out, guys. You don't know when your bag's coming. No one does. Let everyone kind of take a gander at where's what. And then step aside when you see someone reaching for the bag. Or the biggest thing I see, really heavy suitcase, and you see an elderly individual or someone who has their hands full, or they got a family and they're busy. Don't be afraid to pitch in and help grab their bag for them, if so
And
be
you
it.
can tell they'll need help because they're the ones that are being dragged around the carousel by the middle of the suitcase.
Yes, absolutely. Help
Step
out.
in. Step in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say as a tall person myself, over 6 feet tall, planes standing up when the aisle is full. I wait till there's like a gap and I can get up because I stand up and I'm like this, you know, I can't put my head up because I've got like the overhead rack right there. It's like I've got to wait until I can literally, maneuver to a spot where I can actually stand up, fully to my full height. But
I'm with you.
you can't have your cake and eat it too, is a pet peeve for AWOL podcast, when the proper saying is you can eat your cake and still have it. This statement caught the Unabomber. I knew I was right, but this cemented my point. Wow.
I'm learning something new. I've never
I didn't know
heard
the Unabomber was caught by getting a comment wrong. The grammar police caught the Unabomber. I learned that today. So
same.
that's pretty cool, AWOL. I thought the statement was something like "let them eat cake" and something about beheadings, but maybe it was from France or something like that, about starving and all that. That's pretty cool. On the flight out to Idaho, in a month or two for me, I'm on the exit row, which means I do have the right to stand up first and get off the plane, but only if we get off the middle door, not the one at the front. So if we have to jump off the plane, do a unscheduled water landing or something, I don't get to get off first. I get to open the door and help everyone else out.
Right.
But I'll stand up first for that one. Big win for the grammar police there. Let's see. Are there any others that jump out? There's no such thing as boneless wings. Boneless wings are called nuggets.
Yeah, that's standard. Cold brew and brewed coffee, that's cold, not created equal. I mean, some of these are just okay, get it, but the older you get, the more you realize that younger people are way better. Take it from a 33-year-old. I can't do a backflip I used to. I don't agree with that because that's maybe physical activity, but when it comes to wisdom and the wise, I don't care if food is authentic, just does it taste good.
What? I saw one about cilantro, and somebody said soap. By show of hands, how many think that cilantro tastes like soap? I've heard this is a common complaint that some people's taste buds, that when they taste cilantro, it tastes just like hand soap.
No, I've never.
It's got to be like a gene mutation that's prevalent in society or something. It's really common. But
so it doesn't taste like soap to you. Gally May says no, loves cilantro. Greeners agrees with you. Bad genetics. Deanie Diver, I do not like cilantro. Not me. It's genetic though. I hate when people leave cabinet doors. Oh, it's skipped. So
let me do one more from the list.
I've
If you
got
don't,
one also, unless it's the same.
it might be the same one. Going to functions, friends and family functions, with their potluck, right? Where everyone brings something to share. If you haven't made it before, if you haven't ever dabbled with that recipe, or if you're new to cooking in general, please don't bring anything. I would
We're
rather
not your
you
sample
show up and
size.
just eat and hoard everyone else's food and not contribute than experiment with my taste buds.
Or my gut,
Yes,
if it's a sour
just
meal.
just don't. I mean,
Mhm.
go to the store, buy a bag of rolls, get the bag of chips. I don't care if we have too many. Volunteer to bring some drinks. That's acceptable. But if you're not a cook, don't don't try something out on me. That's just not cool.
I immediately sign up for the plasticware and paper plates. It's always a safe bet. That's speaking of food, I agree with this one, and I'm probably guilty to a degree. I try to be better at it, especially as of late, based off some of the, since I've been smoking meats and whatnot so much and other foods and pizzas and all that. Um, I'm on a few Facebook pages where they share tips and tricks and things. And well, you see a whole lot of opinions on social media, right? I do agree with this. People are too judgy about other people, how they eat their steak. Medium rare, well done, ketchup, no ketchup, steak sauce, no, just salt, pepper. It's all hunks of meat that they destroy your colon, so just enjoy it however you want.
This was written by a vegan.
Get your own patty. Pellet person, whatever they wrote on there, pellet gadget, penalty gadget.
Soy burger.
But yeah, but no, I can't agree more with that as far as if someone likes their steak well done and I like mine medium rare, why am I going to make fun of them and give them a hard time? Because that's how they prefer theirs when they are not giving me a hard time on how I like mine prepared, no matter what type of food it is. It's, I'm glad we don't all eat the same exact thing.
I had friends who moved away, went out camping. We took the boys camping. We're out camping. We're cooking burgers. Brought the grill, and we're doing fresh pressed, hamburger patties. And he makes them. Imagine like a baseball size, but lightly squished. So they're sort of like oblong. It's not like round. It's just a little bit squished.
So a little mini Nerf football.
Yeah, but more like a UFO, but a fat UFO, right? So
Okay.
it's a tall, fat UFO, and they're small. I mean, it's smaller than the hockey puck, right? It's a small thing, but it's taller than the hockey puck. And he throws these on the grill, and I'm like, hey, let's get some stuff ready. He's like, I don't want these to burn. I'm like, well, all right, I'll get the stuff ready. He's like, all right, who wants a burger? I'm like, well, let's cook them first, and then he like lightly warmed them on each side, and I kid you not, it was still red on the outside. Okay, not just on the middle, but on the outside. I'm like, I can't do that. I can do a rare steak or a medium rare is probably about my comfort level.
Yeah.
But when it comes to hamburger, it should be close to jerky before you pull that thing off.
You're a smart guy, and I bet but do you know the health reasons behind that as well? Between say a rare steak and a rare burger?
I think it has to do with the bacteria, the exposed surface, and all sorts of other stuff. But
Bingo. The exposed surface on the steak, all the bacteria is on the outside. But ground hamburger meat, whatever meat, turkey meat, whatever it is, it's all mixed up, so it's in there. So there's a reason.
That's the reason.
That's a very good reason to make sure that your burger is cooked. I will do medium rare is my steak choice, and then on a burger, it's medium well. I err on a little bit heavier cooked on the burger, but also mine's a little different because anymore the way we eat them, I do smoked smash burgers. So I'll put out tiny little thin smash burger on the smoker, 45 minutes, and eat it, and it's different than grilling a thick patty and all that stuff. So it cooks through a little bit differently, but anywho, that's enough for the food because I haven't eaten dinner and I can't eat any more of these cinnamon roll goldfish because they're good. They're so good.
Delicious. I don't want to ruin your appetite and then also ruin the game tonight, though. let's just. let's keep our fingers crossed. Keep our fingers crossed. Don't spoil it for him. And
Should I look at the score online real quick?
I have not looked. I've been good. I did not want to even let on because I don't have a poker face. You know that my eyes would tell the score. You could read it like a scoreboard right here. I'd be like, "Oh, Thomas, I'm sorry." You would. Did you look?
Do you guys want to get a reaction from me if I pull up the score online right now?
I do.
See what you do. Okay.
But it's your choice. It's your choice.
Right.
If you don't want to do it,
go.
I'm not going to make you do it.
Someone said, no, don't look online. Let Gally make. Gally's been sweet throughout the playoffs. Let me see. I'm doing it now. Pulling up the scores. Oh, that was the game 2 days ago.
That's what put them in the elimination round.
I thought it's over. Okay. The game is a little more than halfway over. We are down 3-2. So it's a game.
Oh, yeah.
It's a game.
Yeah. One score. 30 seconds from now, it could be a different score. So
yeah, it could be 4-2.
Could be
4-2. We're dark. Oh, Scott.
Oh man, I've got to go clean the sink. I think my wife she pulled her hair in there. It looks like somebody died.
She's going red.
Dyed the hair. I'm just kidding. No, she doesn't pull her hair. She's happy with what nature gave her. All right, everybody, thank you very much, Thomas. It's been a blast. Hope you have a great game.
Thank you so much. Oh,
yeah.
Mrs. Weatherwatch, happy birthday. I almost
Yes.
forgot. I'm so sorry. I was supposed to do that at the start of the show. Almost missed it. Mrs. Weatherwatch, happy birthday. She might watch on replay if she does, but I said I have to. Otherwise, oh my gosh, what a terrible husband. So it's been a great day. And a lot of you wished her happy birthday in today's live this morning. Thank you all for that. Scott, thanks for singing. So great day.
There we go.
Love it.
I have to start the song over. Oh, that's the wrong song.
Happy birthday. You look good.
I ruined the exit.
Cluster.
There we go.
Well,
all right.
We have plenty of time to hit the post.
Yeah, we're getting another 2 minutes and 40 seconds before the song's over. 2:30 now. So, no, it's been good. I'm excited. Tomorrow we've got a full day in the Karen Reed trial, which is the prosecution rested today. So
Cool.
We've now flipped to the defense side. It should be a very different case going forward. We might see some familiar faces that we saw in the first trial, and it could be spicy. It could be interesting. Already, it's been some great back and forth, some good lawyering here on both sides.
Fun.
And even some witnesses that I did not expect performed better than I thought they would. So it's been
Cool.
It's been interesting. So
Awesome. Well,
with
good
that,
luck.
Thomas, thank you.
Enjoy your Friday and your weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See ya.